Let me pull my budget out in
Things
the
that make you
morning,
go,
and then sometime this week, I'm here all week, holler at me. and we'll
Just about everything does that. Get to be my,
There's a lot of days when we need stuff together like that. And a mini is different than a backhoe. I have some money too.
I'm waiting for the director's cue.
must be 6 o'clock.
Yep.
We got the trailer.
Yeah.
We good? All right. All right, it is Monday, January 5th at 6 o'clock. We'll call our meeting to order and start off with Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, next we'll do the roll call.
Hayward,
Yes.
Rickerl,
He's online.
He said it, but he's muted.
Lyon,
Yes.
Collister,
Yes.
Coolman, Alinger,
Yes.
Bennett.
Yes.
All right, before we take the approval of the agenda, under item 6A, the mayor's state of the city address, I forgot to bring the script with me, so we're going to pass on that one tonight and do it next time. Can I get a approval for tonight's agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, got a motion by Collister, seconded by Alinger. Any discussion? Take the roll.
Hayward,
Yes.
Rickerl,
Yes.
Lyon,
Yes.
Collister,
Yes.
Alinger,
Yes.
Bennett.
Yes.
Okay, public participation. Is there anybody who wishes to address the council? Anybody on Zoom? Not, we'll move on. Next will be the presentations. Do we have the utility project plan update?
Thank you, Mayor. Our engineer asked us not to share 50-page set with you for right now. But I guess what you should know at this point is that we're at the 60% completion phase. We'll reach 90%, then 100% within the month, and then we'll be bidding this project, hopefully with a return for bid results back to you at some point in March. A lot of resident questions about this, about sewer lines, about how am I gonna get groceries to the house, what about trash? This is routine business in other cities where tight neighborhoods have streets dug up and utilities replaced, and a lot of creative bid items are put into place where contractors are responsible for garbage service, and there's certain establishments for how much the city's replacing behind back of curb, which we're going 5 feet from back of curb. Everything's the city is responsible for. It's the same rules as Platt Street. John and Jen were tremendous help during the meeting, the engineer just as much. We had our full Mylar plan sets out here on tables, and we invited anyone that come, and both rows were full. You know, red pens if you have something in the ground that we need to be aware of or some issue on your property connecting to this project, please let us know. And we were probably here about an hour and a half, and I think the experience went pretty well. But otherwise, you know, we hosted a meeting, we invited folks and even mailed letters to them saying, hey, a good Q&A is gonna happen at this date. Some conversation about what if Orangeburg's discovered or lead's discovered. You know, when we had to do the meter replacement of 2,500 accounts and properties in the city 2022, Jen was able to get a good lead line inventory, so we know of only, I think, one lead problem in that entire project route. Orangeburg, you can't exactly tell without opening up the ground. I guess what we did refer them to is to contact insurance companies and verify policy coverage for a construction project like this if it's unquote discovered. Worst case scenario, the hardest part's over because the street's dug up because of us. You know, a lot of times when people are replacing Orangeburg pipe, they're breaking the street up and replacing the street, and that can be an expensive ordeal. So I think right now we feel pretty good with where we're at. Even since receiving the 60%, Jen and John have each put comment in, so did the electric department, and just want to give you a generalized sort of project update as we continue to move through this. But if you've had citizen comments or there are concerns yourself or wish to voice anything, I can take it back to the engineer after tonight.
Anybody? Thank
you're good to go. Okay, anybody here for a public hearing? Yes, we'll move on to the consent agenda, which item A is the minutes of our December 15th, 2025 regular council meeting. Item B is bills payable through January 5th, 2026 in the amount of $367,473.92. Item C is the renewal of a Class E retail alcohol license filed by Fairway Stores Incorporated. Item D is approve ownership amendment of retail alcohol license filed by Casey's Marketing Company. Item E is an approval of an ownership amendment of retail alcohol license filed by Quick Trip Stores Incorporated, number 212 and 894. Item F is the reappointment of Josh Collister as Mayor Pro Tem. Item G is the reappointment of Caroline Alinger as Council Representative to the Airport Commission. Item H is reappointment of Ginger Bennett as a Council Representative to the Parks and Recreation Commission. Item I is reappointment of Ginger Bennett as the Council Representative to the Property Maintenance Board. Item J is the reappointment of Brendan Zimet as Jackson County E911 Board Representative with Bob Lane as the alternate. Item K is the appointment of Caroline Alinger as Council Representative to the Finance and Personnel Committee. Item L is the appointment of Justin Hayward, Council Representative to Parks and Recreation Committee. Item M is the appointment of Justin Hayward as Council Representative to the Public Safety Committee. Item N is a reappointment of Benjamin Davison to the Building Code of Appeals. O is a representative of Brenda Clemmy to the Historic Preservation Commission. Item P is a reappointment of Joelle Hosette to the Historic Preservation Commission. Item Q is the reappointment of Carla Boldt to Parks and Recreation, or to the Parks Board. Item R is the reappointment of Pat Denlinger to the Planning and Zoning Board. Item S is the reappointment of Jim Trevette to the Planning and Zoning Board. Item T is the reappointment of Marianne Lindgren to the Planning and Zoning Board. Item U is the reappointment of Barb Schroeder to the Property Maintenance Board. Item V is the reappointment of Abby Gell to the Utility Board of Trustees. Item W is the reappointment of Jan Kaler to the Utility Board of Trustees. Item X is the reappointment of Kenneth Cottrell to the Zoning Board of Adjustment. Item Y is the appointment of Mark Beck to the Planning and Zoning Commission. Item Z is the appointment of Rhonda Pape to the Historic Preservation Commission. And item AA is the appointment of Jack Willie to the Historic Preservation Commission.
So moved.
Okay, we got a motion by Collister,
Second.
seconded by Bennett. Any discussion? Then take the roll.
Rickerl,
Yes.
Lyon,
Yes.
Collister,
Yes.
Alinger,
Yes.
Bennett,
Yes.
Hayward.
Yes.
Okay, that passes. We move on to item 9, which is old business, and we have none, so we'll move on to.
I don't know why it says none. but-
Yeah,
we do,
that's,
we do.
Mayor, that's our error, sorry.
Okay, all right, we do have some old business. Item A is an ordinance, amending the Code of Ordinances of the City of Maquoketa, Iowa by adding a new subsection for Chapter 6908, no parking zones. And this will be the second reading.
Thank you, Mayor. Haven't had any public comments since releasing this, but again, this is the proposed graphic of the yellow being the no parking areas that's in front of you. All in all, the conversation follows what we discussed last time about some portions of time and days where this can be quite packed in the area, and emergency vehicles would have a difficult time getting through this area, especially if there was oncoming traffic. This is likely to push more traffic back towards Family Dollar Parkway or to the opposite side of Main Street. I guess one comment I would have from the responsibility of a public agency, we have our core function is protection, preservation of life and property, among other top goals, but access is very important to us, and the way some of this congestion here is not appropriate to access, and we've had complaints I've had comments from council members that the best thing we need to do is get something on the books and post it, because we just haven't been doing it for quite some time. You know, so you all know, I did reach out to Quick Start once upon a time before doing this at some point in the year and say, hey, we're thinking about proposing this. You know, I just want you to be aware, and their words were something to the effect of, you know, we're not interested right now in expanding parking, but that isn't forever. So that's kind of what this is about, is making sure that this area is set up for good access, and if there's development, which there's a new owner of that property that's along Prairie Creek, that whole area of ground is able to be developed with good access. So if you have questions, I'm happy to answer.
So moved.
Okay, we have a motion by Bennett, seconded by Lyon. Any discussion? Take the roll.
Lyon,
Yes.
Collister,
Yes.
Alinger,
Yes.
Bennett,
Yes.
Okay, that one,
Hayward,
Yes.
okay, that one passes.
Motion to suspend
It's
the
gotta wait
rules
for
and move to
Rickerl.
the third.
Rickerl has a.
Yes.
Oh, yes, okay.
and Rickerl.
Sorry, sorry, Dick.
Motion to
Okay.
suspend the rules and move to the third reading.
Second.
Okay, we had a motion by Collister, seconded by Lyon, to go to the second reading.
Third.
reading.
Third reading? Okay, third reading. If there's no discussion, take the roll.
Collister,
Yes.
Alinger,
Yes.
Bennett,
Yes.
Hayward,
Yes.
Rickerl,
Yes.
and Lyon.
Yes.
Motion to approve the third reading.
Second.
A motion by Collister, seconded by Lyon, to approve the third reading. If there's no discussion, take the roll.
Collister,
Yes.
Alinger,
Yes.
Bennett,
Yes.
Hayward,
Yes.
Rickerl,
Yes.
Lyon.
Yes.
Okay, that passes. We move on to new business. Item 10 is a resolution authorizing ambulance purchase in the amount of $12,000 from Community Ambulance Service for the purpose of storing and transporting wastewater and water equipment.
Thank you, Mayor. I think this is about where my hard work stops, because I never pictured myself as a manager recommending we purchase a 1995 community ambulance. So I'm going to let Jen make that pitch, and she'll tell you all the great reasons why this makes sense.
So we have, in 2022, we bought a sewer camera in just north of $100,000, about $130,000. It has always been housed in an ambulance. We have a 1987 ambulance that has holes in the floorboard. As you could see in the pictures, the windows, the door don't seal, we get snow in it. It has served its purpose. A few years ago, I drove an ambulance that was in just about as bad shape as ours, so we passed on it. When we bought our sewer camera in 2022, we got an estimate for a trailer because they highly recommend we house it in a 7x14 trailer. And I brought the estimate with me tonight. I should have included it in the packet, but I hadn't found it yet. And the enclosed trailer with everything basically the ambulance has was $57,000, and that was back in 2022. And that was the base price. But it comes, for our sewer equipment, we need a generator to run it. The ambulance has a hole for a generator. We have a water tank in it so that we can spray it off and clean it when it comes out of the manholes. We have poles that we set it into the manhole, so there's 6 to 8 foot poles. And like where they store the beds in the ambulance, that works perfect for the poles. The spool has to be fastened to a floor, so it can't go in and out of a pickup truck. It needs to be in something. And we've just always found the ambulance works good. When we actually do the crawling with the ambulance, it's kind of like a video game. You have a handheld, and you need it inside something, because if you can picture being out in the sunshine with your laptop, you really can't see what you're doing. And we've just found that this has worked. So I know it's not a huge upgrade in years. I kind of wished it was a little bit newer, but it is in mint shape. They took it out of service for Preston and Miles 2 weeks ago on Saturday, so they were using it to transport patients. It's got all the lighting, so we don't even have to do lighting on it. It's got all the emergency lighting and just everything set up for us. The only thing we'll have to put into it is lettering to say the City of Maquoketa, and I'll take that out of my regular budget.
Nice. So moved.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Bennett, seconded by
Hayward.
Hayward. Sorry about that, Hayward. Do we have any discussion? If not, take the roll.
Bennett,
Yes.
Hayward,
Yes.
Rickerl,
Yes.
Lyon,
Yes.
Collister,
Yes.
Alinger.
Yes.
Okay, that one passes. Item D is a discussion and possible motion approving payment for repairs to a dump truck, number 41, in the amount of $13,459.77 payable to Darrell's Mobile Service.
Thank you, Mayor. I'll turn over to John here for a second, but, you know, I was curious, you know, this is a heavy repair item, and we budget a handsome amount of our general fund for public works equipment for repairs, but I just want to give a compliment to John and his staff for repairing in-house a lot of things, because $6,000 halfway through the fiscal year is really incredible on a $55,000 budget, and this is also the benefit of having fairly new equipment for dumps, and that's what you get when you have good equipment. So, John, do you have anything to add on this?
Yeah, this is our fourth and final dump truck. It's an '09, and we did take it up just to get a DOT inspection on it. And Darrell did find quite a few items around the transmission that were rusted off or ready to fall off. That's why this bill is so high. It was something that we couldn't really do in-house, so we farmed this one out. But we spent the money on this truck because the white truck, the spare we have now, we'll just stair step this one down. So it was worth putting the money into it. It's a low mile truck, probably only has around 30,000 miles on it. So it was worth taking care of and keeping it around.
And we'll knock on wood.
Yeah.
After saying all that.
Yeah.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion by Lyon, we have seconded by Bennett. Any discussion? Take the roll.
Hayward,
Yes.
Rickerl,
Yes.
Lyon,
Yes.
Collister,
Yes.
Alinger,
Yes.
Bennett.
Yes.
Okay, that passes. We move on to item 11, which is reports and communications. Do we have anything from any of the council members? City manager?
Not tonight, thank you.
Okay, with that, I'd take a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion by Bennett, seconded by Alinger. Or Alinger.
Vice versa.
Vice versa. If there's no objection, take the roll.
That's just a motion in all age.
All in favor?
Oh,
Nope.
yeah.
Yep.
Oh, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye.